Hey everybody, Chris Mashagna here, New York State Bass Youth Director. I'm here with the one and only Mick the Stick Arndt, and tonight we're going to be interviewing our high school B.A.S.S. New York Championship anglers. We got 3 teams going down to Tennessee to fight for the B.A.S.S. High School Championship. We got 3 teams with us tonight, less one, so we're going to bring on 5 anglers. We're going to talk to them about the 2020 season. These guys are awesome young anglers. They're incredible sticks, and we're going to spend some time talking with them tonight. You got anything to say about this, Mike?
I would have to say, we've only been doing, setting teams for a couple years, but this is arguably the best group of anglers we're going to be able to send down to nationals this year. On a totally different year, with COVID going on, the date for nationals got shifted, changes the game. October fishing, he's got to head down in a couple weeks, so they seem pretty excited. We're really excited to see what they can do. They can deal with the cold better than the Southern boys can, so hopefully it works out, right?
Yep, this is just for us like summertime going down there. But as Mike and I, we were looking at the results, we looked at our team trail results, we looked at our state qualifier results, we just looked at each other and said, what a stacked team we're sending down there tonight. So we're going to bring them up. They popped up behind us, and we're going to introduce them to you. We got Matthew Pitcher, we got Rain Gollop, we got Christian Mashagna, Carter Pinkley, and Carson Kimball. And we're going to start right off talking to Matt Pitcher. Hey Matt, what do you kind of credit the success of your 2020 season to?
I would definitely say being out on the water more, because during this whole COVID thing, it allowed me to really spend a lot of time out there, and it's kind of put my other plans aside and let me, just be out on the water more and do more fishing, more experience, and yeah.
Awesome. Great answer. Hopefully none of your high school teachers are listening to that. We know you're doing all your remote work. How about you, Rain? What do you could attribute this year's success to?
Just being out on the water all the time, practicing. I've been pretty much fishing every day this year, actually. So.
I know, we've been watching your Facebook posts. We thought you might be growing gills soon. You're on the water so much. So anything else you want to say about that, Rain?
Definitely a lot of the success I bring to my setups, just having the right rod for certain things, finesse, especially for drop shotting. I figured out the perfect setup for that one team trail on Ontario or Sodas. So it's definitely credited to some of my rods.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that. How about you, Christian? What do you attribute this or credit this year's success to?
I'm going to give it a lot of my credit to Panoptics, the new Garmin thing. It's helped me find fish on rocks and see where they actually are. And that's about it.
Well, cool. And how about you, Carter?
I'd definitely say leaning more towards the setup of the rods and more practicing on the body of water before you get out there.
And Carson, what do you have to credit this year's success to?
I would say the decision making. I think all of our decision making was on top.
Cool. All right, now you guys are going to be going down here in just under 2 weeks to Paris, Tennessee. You're going to be fishing that huge body of water down there. What goals have you guys set? So as we look back to Matt, what goals have you set for the championship?
I would definitely say my goal is just always try to do my best. That's my mindset for every single tournament. Just get out there and fish as hard as I can. And and I just hope that we all do well in the tournament, because I know sometimes it can be a challenge down there. And and I hope everyone returns safe, COVID-free, and everything like that, just because, it's going to be that time of,
Mm-hmm. Great answer. How about you, Rain? What are your goals for the championship?
To secure the W. I've a whole bunch of film recently of the FLWs, so we're gonna try to make the best use of practice, and try not to waste any time.
Cool. And Christian, what are your goals for the championship?
I just want to go down there and have as much fun as I possibly can down in Tennessee, and hopefully catch a few fish while I'm down there.
And how about you, Carter?
I just want to go down and fish clean, fish or catch the fish we can, and have fun while we're doing it.
And Carson, you?
Yeah, this is like a new experience for me, so I just want to go down and have fun and honestly make the top 12 cut.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
I mean, it's definitely the trivia. Over half of these guys, I think only Rain's been down for high school nationals, but Christian, Carter's been down for junior nationals. Rain's been down for junior nationals. Erling just on tonight. Garrett Lawton, he was been down to nationals before. So these guys have experience in national level events. Maybe not the high school nationals specifically. But these guys seem, they might sound really quiet now and really docile, but when they get on the water the first morning of practice, they're going to be pretty dialed in.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to give you guys a second to think about it. As you look back over the 2020 season, all you guys fished the team trail. You remember the State Fair Classic we had, and then all the other tournaments we had up at Sandy Pond, over in Sodus, and then over in Onondaga. What was your favorite moment of the 2020 season? Matthew, is okay we start with you again?
Yeah. I would say my favorite moment of this 2020 season was probably out on Lake Ontario, the Soda State Tournament. That was a crazy experience because there was treacherous weather with the rain, the lightning, very intense wind, and we managed to actually do really well in it. And I learned a lot from that tournament. So I would definitely say that was probably my most favorite moment from this 2020 season.
Well, cool. We'll keep the same order. How about you, Rain?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. My dad, our captain, he had a conference call that he had to be on, and actually he was getting pretty angry at one of the people on it, and I was trying not to crack up because Matt and I were just looking at each other while my dad was getting mad over the phone at someone from work. So that's probably my favorite part of the season right there.
So your favorite part was watching your dad lose his mind on the boat. So how about you, Christian? What was your favorite moment of 2020?
My favorite moment of this year was our first tournament on Onondaga Lake for the State Fair Classic. My partner and I, Garrett, we went out there and caught some few good fish, and that was just my favorite part, catch some good fish on Onondaga.
Cool. And how about you, Carter?
I'd say Sodus because all practice we found all sorts of fish, and tournament came and we couldn't find a fish. We just fished whatever we could find really and came up with like 16 pounds. So
Awesome. And how about you, Carson?
I would definitely say the third tournament at Onondaga. That was pretty fun, just going out there and catching the bait we did.
Awesome. Now, as you guys reflect on this past season, a lot went on, a lot of time on the water. COVID kind of blew our season up. Anyone that you'd like to give a big shout out to and say, hey, thank you? Matt, can we start with you again?
Yeah, I would like to thank Rain. He's an awesome partner, a lot of fun to be on the boat with. I'd also like to thank his dad for being our boat captain. He's an awesome boat captain. And then also to all of my family and friends who support me throughout all these tournaments. They always have my back and always following me. So I'd like to thank them.
Cool. And how about you, Rain? Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank our boat captain, my dad, just because in many instances, but in specific on Ontario, we blew so many gallons of gas getting back and forth to where we had to go, and it was probably 6-footers out there, and he put the boat on the line so we could do good in that tournament. So I can't give enough thank you to him.
Cool. And Christian, how about you as you reflect on 2020? Who'd you like to thank?
I would like to thank my dad and my boat captain, Mike Lawton, and also the Arn boys, Mike and Matt Arn, because without the Arn boys, I probably wouldn't be doing as good as I am in this fishing thing. So
Cool. How about you, Carter? Who'd you like to thank for 2020?
I'd definitely like to thank Chris and Michael for putting on good tournaments and putting on good bodies of water. And I'd also like to thank Carson's dad for always putting us on fish in practice and telling us where we should start.
Cool. And how about you, Carson?
Definitely like to thank my dad for being the boat captain and helping us throughout the way. And yeah.
Well, cool. As you guys came into 2020, any gear you guys pick up this year that you hadn't been using for, or any styles, or any baits or anything like that you want to give a plug to? How about you, Matt?
For me, I think I got a new reel for Christmas from my uncle, and it was the Shimano SLX DC reel. And I've been using that normal SLX for a while, and I really liked it, and I wanted to try a digital chip reel, and that was my first digital chip reel. And the distance on that thing is awesome, especially when you're casting like buzz baits, chatter baits, and all those type of baits. And I just love that reel.
Awesome. How about you, Rain? Anything new this year that you found out you liked?
Well, similar to Matt, I picked up a Corrado DC, and boy, that thing, like, when you say like a little thing that will give you an advantage over someone like fishing the exact same spot as you, I definitely say it's like your setup. I got the Corrado DC, and it makes it so much easier to like skip under docks, get your bait where it needs to go, and without backlashing, because that thing has your back even for bad cast.
Cool.
And also, you get some crazy distance on it, and it has some nice brake settings. I've always stood by Shimano just because they last so long and they cast so far.
Awesome. Well, cool. And how about you, Christian? Anything new for 2020?
I started using the Douglas rods, pair Douglas Shimano, because I got, for the State Fair Classic, I won the SLX reel, and I started loving them, so I bought a bunch of them, and that's what I paired up my Shimanos and Douglas rods.
Cool. And how about you, Carter?
I'd definitely say my drop shot rod is the Shimano Zodius, and even though we get the varsity discount, I had to buy it full price because they're out of stock. That's how good they are. And I'd say all Shimano products, the Corrados, the SLXs, all of them are wicked good reels.
Nice. And how about you, Carson?
So this year we picked up the Garmin Force and the Panoptics. So going from trolling motor without spot lock to going with a trolling motor with spot lock, I would say that's a huge difference, and that helped us a ton this year.
Cool. Awesome. Well, anything that you guys learned this year that's been kind of new, anything that you'd say, boy, this has made me a little bit better this year? And anybody want to chime in on that? We won't go in a specific order. Anybody have anything you say, boy, I learned this year and it's really helped out my game?
Yeah, I got it, Chris.
Yep, go ahead. Go ahead, Rain.
I really learned how to use the graph, like finding fish with side scan and stuff. Like that, before I didn't even know how to use the graph. It was all my dad, but recently, like, I've been trying hard, and it's been easier to find big schools of fish out in deeper water where it's not obvious things.
Cool. Anyone else?
I would like to chime in, same thing with Rain, just the graphs. Graphs a huge part of fishing, and with the Garmin Panoptics, it's next level with the stuff you can see.
Cool. Well, anyone else?
I do.
Okay,
I
go
do.
ahead.
I would say I learned a lot from Rain and his dad through being on Lake Ontario drop shotting. I'd never really done drop shotting like that before, and I thought it was like a cool experience, and I got to learn a lot of like how they do it and like how their style is, and also with looking at the graph and finding where fish are is like such an important thing. So
Cool. Anybody else want to chime in, Carter or Carson?
Yeah, I would definitely say my drop shot game this year completely improved from last year, and as well as reading the live scope and knowing what I'm looking at.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very, very much. You got anything else, Stick?
No, I mean, I just want to wish you guys, Chris and I, Chris will be going down to Nationals as a boater, but I'll be sitting on the sidelines holding the fort down up here in New York. I'll probably be ice fishing by the time you guys get back, but definitely looking forward to what you guys can do down there. Best of luck to you. You got the full support of the whole state behind you, and looking forward to see what you guys can do. I think you guys can definitely hold your own, without a doubt.
Definitely. And so as you continue to watch, remember we got 3 teams going down. We got Matt Pitcher, we got Rain Gullup, that's team, they're going down. We got Christian Mishagna and Garrett Lawton, and then we also have Carter Pinkley and Carson Kimball. We got 3 teams going down there. They're all 6 of these guys are extreme sticks. We'll be posting their results on our Facebook page, so make sure as you're watching this to be continued. Also next week, we'll be putting out our 2020-2021 schedule. Make sure you take a look at it. It's pretty much going to be set in stone there. So if you're an angler and you're looking to fish with us next year, you can kind of get everything settled out. We got a bunch of new things coming up, different ways to get to various national tournaments. We got teams going to opens. We got our B.A.S.S Academy that we're putting on this coming year. It'll be just a great schedule. It's truly pretty incredible. So we want to thank you all for tuning in. We want to thank all of our high school anglers and wish them the best of luck as they go to nationals. So we'll keep you posted on how they're doing in just a few weeks. Thanks for tuning in.